Docker images on different environments.
In the last section, we used the Docker Hub workflow to improve our development process. In this section, we will look at how Docker runs on different environments. We will be opening up our containers to the world, linking containers with each other, and interacting with the host environment. By the end of this section, you will understand the key concepts required to run Docker through dev, test, and production environments. In this video, we will be looking at opening up our containers to other systems. We're going to open up our project to the network directly, open up port 80 specifically, and map port 80 to another host port. By the end of this video, we will understand our network options when deploying services to different environments. The simplest way for a container to communicate with the outside world is to use the same network as the host.
Let's run our web project on our virtual private server, but this time access it without mapping port 80. If you type docker run -d --name the mortgage meter --net equals host, and then your image details, and then navigate to the IP assigned to your virtual private server, then you will be able to access it as though it were installed on the host directly and not in a Docker container with its own network stack. Type docker rm-f the mortgage meter to remove the container. Now let's imagine that we want to keep Docker's own network, but expose only port 80 to the machine. To do this, we use the --publish argument. If you type docker run -d --name the mortgage meter --publish 80:80, and then your image name, and this will map port 80 of the virtual private server to the container's port 80. Again, remove this with docker rm-f the mortgage meter. Now what if we want to run two Docker containers on port 80, or we already have a web server running on port 80? To achieve this, we'll want to map the container's port 80 to another host port. To do this, docker run -d --name the mortgage meter --publish 80:80, and then the image name. Now, if we navigate to the same page as before, the page won't work, as port 80 has nothing on it. If we change port 80 to 80:80 in our browser, it will now work.
In this video, we've used the host's network stack with our container, opened up one specific port to the host, and mapped the web server of our container to a specified port. We can now control access from the outside to our container services via our host machine. In the next video, we're going to look at how containers can talk to each other in a dynamic fashion without opening up ports at all.